Okay, I'm John from Hud-Son Forest Equipment. We're going to go over a quick video today on how to use your jam bolts on your bearings to make the band wheel adjustment to start to get your band blade tracking properly. So in this case, we're going to assume that this band blade is running off the back side of the band wheel too far. We know we always want it flush on our 36 mils and then our little ones. So always look for the blade to be flush on the back side. So right now we're going to assume that the blade is going too far that way, toward the operator. So we want to move the blade this way. So we're going to make the adjustment on this bearing to bring that blade this way. So right now Griff is going to go through the steps and show you how to perform that procedure. Go ahead, Griff.
So first off, we're going to loosen up our bearing, just crack it loose, and then we're going to take the nut off the back side of the jam bolt and loosen that up so that way we can tighten it or loosen it according to which way the blade needs to go.
So currently we have tension on the blade. So you don't want to take the tension off the blade to make this fine-tune adjustment. What we're doing is just taking the torque off the bolts because they were already torqued. So we probably loosen them up to about 40 foot-pounds or less, maybe 35. This bearing here, the shaft will pivot in the bearing housing. So when he moves that bearing over there, it's not going to affect it over here. It's just going to move it a whisker. So once he turns that bolt and he moves that bolt, he's going to push that bearing that way, which will push this band wheel this way to bring your blade over. Okay, go ahead, Cliff.
So now all I'm going to do is just loosen the nut on the back side of the jam bolt here. Now that's just loose. Now I could either loosen this or tighten this accordingly. So if our band blade is riding on this side of the wheel, then I would need to tighten this jam bolt to move the whole shaft and the bearing this way. So I'm going to tighten this up here. And that's going to move my whole bearing and shaft. Now spin the blade to see which direction you need to go. So just doing that little bit actually pushed it past the point where I need to be. So I would have to come and do this on the other side and vice versa, push this side and give it to pivot the other way so I can get my band blade aligned.
That's pretty much all there is to it. Once you get it aligned, you start tracking your blade properly and it's hitting the back side of the wheel like it should be. Then you go ahead and re-torque your bearings back to the 78 foot-pounds like it should be, and you're back in business. And bring your jam nut back up snug to the bearing. It will be there because you just moved it. But make sure you re-tighten the jam nut so it can't come loose. And that's all there is to it, guys. Simple project.